Today we're diving into the women's pole vault final at the elite indoor track. Miramas Meeting 2026, held in Miramas, France, a key stop on the World Athletics Indoor Tour Silver Circuit and an event that brings together some of the best vaulters in the sport. The pole vault is one of the most technically demanding events in track and field. It's a discipline where speed, strength, agility, and precision all converge. Athletes sprint down the runway, plant the pole into the box, and use every ounce of momentum to propel themselves upward over a horizontal bar. A feat that requires excellent timing and tremendous body awareness. A successful vault isn't just about how high the athlete can go, but how well they can maintain control through each phase of the jump, the run, the plant, the takeoff, the inversion, and the clearance. It's both a physical and a mental challenge. And the athletes we focus on today have each carved impressive paths in this demanding event.
So this would apply a little bit of pressure to the Italian Molina Rolo. She's the only Italian left. That's good from Petit. That'll do it. Very, very encouraging. And you know what? She's going to look at this and say a PB could be on the card tonight. 4:54, her lifetime best. And hey, she is vaulting very, very well. She's got a few under her already this season.
Let's start with Berenice Petit, one of the standout performers in this final. Born on 23 November 1998, Petit is a French pole vaulter who has steadily climbed the ranks over recent years. She is known for her smooth technique and ability to remain composed under pressure. In early 2026, Petit continued to build momentum in her season. Before coming to Miramas, she had already posted strong clearances on the World Athletics Indoor Tour, including a notable 4.45-meter effort at the CMCM Indoor Meeting in Luxembourg, a result that showed her readiness for high-level competition. Petit's personal bests have improved steadily over. In 2025, she cleared heights north of 4.50 m and competed across elite meets in Europe, sharpening her competitive edge. What makes her vaulting style effective is her consistent acceleration on the runway and her ability to get into a good inversion early, which sets her up well for clean bar clearances.
Competitive in Sweden, getting ever closer to a national podium, perhaps even one day a national gold. However, 4:27, her lifetime best, so she will need to lift her game over the next couple of years. If she has LA 2028 on her mind, and even the World Indoor Championships just around the corner. 20th of March, they get underway for those of you watching. That window obviously open now. Lots of athletes chasing those standards. More on that later on.
On the other side of the field was Olsson, a Swedish pole vaulter who brings her own strengths to the runway. Born on 9th March 1997, Olsson competes internationally and has been a regular presence in European competitions. While her personal best might not be as high as some of the top vaulters, she has a reputation for resilience and technique that keeps her competitive among strong fields. Like many vaulters, Olsson's performance is built on rhythm, a controlled approach run, a solid plant, and precise turns in the air, all elements that contribute to her ability to stay in finals and post solid clearances. At the Miramas meeting, the women's pole vault final brought together a competitive field of international athletes aiming to make their mark. Among the entrants were several young and experienced vaulters vying for top heights and tour points. As the bar steadily rose, mental focus became just as important as physical ability, because every successful clearance places a new physical and psychological demand on the athlete. The opening heights of the competition served as a test of nerves and form. Each athlete had to decide which heights to attempt, balancing the risk of early failure against the reward of progressing quickly. Some are aggressive with early attempts to conserve energy for later rounds, while others prefer a more measured progression to build confidence. In pole vault, the tactical element can be just as decisive as the jump itself.
Well, they've been so evenly matched just this year in 2026, Petit and Molina Rolo. You look at them just last week in Bordeaux. both of them, clearing 4:38, not being able to go up to 4:48. So they followed a very, very similar approach, an almost identical scorecard here.
As the bar approached the mid-range heights, Berenice Petit began to show the form that had made her a contender this season. She sounded confident and controlled with each attempt. Her run-ups were balanced and her pole plant clean and strong. This translated into solid clearances that kept her in contention for the top places. Meanwhile, Olsson was engaged in her own battle. The height of 3.98 meters was both crucial and symbolic. It represented a threshold that many vaulters use as a springboard for confidence in later rounds. Olsson cleared this height and maintained her rhythm, securing a place in the final standings with determination and competitive maturity. By the time the bar reached the highest attempts of the day, the gap between competitors began to sharpen. At those final heights, it's not just about how strong you are, it's about how well you execute under the heightened pressure of a championship atmosphere. Athletes must maintain composure, stick to their technique, and trust the training that brought them there. When the final results were tallied, Elisa Molinarolo of Italy took first place with a clearance of 4.48 meters, demonstrating excellent consistency and competitive poise. Berenice Petit secured second place with a clearance of 4.38 meters, a strong performance that underscored her status as one of the top vaulters on the indoor circuit. Olsson finished with a mark of 3.98 meters, placing 6th overall in a solid performance against a tough field.
Olsson. That's how you do it. It's pole vault 101, isn't it? Just over. Very disappointing. Well, for an event which is so clear-cut like the pole vault, sure as hell, their result system taking a little while to flag that.
Petit's silver medal result reflects both her technical strengths and her competitive maturity. Clearing 4.38 meters in an indoor setting, especially on a World Athletics Indoor Tour silver meeting, highlights her ability to rise to the occasion. For Olsson, a clearance of 3.98 meters and a 6th place finish shows her competitiveness and steady presence among international rivals, offering valuable experience that can propel her forward in future meets. This final was a showcase of athletic skill, tactical decision-making, and mental resilience. For fans of the pole vault, it offered exciting moments, from clean early clearances to the drama of high bar attempts and strategic choices about passing and attempts. As the World Athletics Indoor Tour continues, performances like this help define the season. They shape not only individual rankings and confidence, but also the broader narrative of athletes pushing their limits and chasing personal bests. Whether it's the thrilling success of a podium finish or the valuable growth that comes from competing among elite peers, nights like this in Miramas are what make indoor track and field such a compelling spectacle.